All right. It's a new year. How you doing, Jack?
I'm ready to scheme.
Ready?
I was actually scheming all day.
What were you scheming on?
Same old bullshit. I was writing content, LinkedIn posts for my shitpost empire.
Oh yeah.
Getting ready to start selling more and more fundraising boot camp courses. Listen, we
Nice.
all have to make money however we have to.
So right now, I don't know if anyone listening knows, but Jack is currently making money shit posting, which is incredible. I actually don't know it's actually kind of like how'd you manage that? How'd you actually manage that?
Manage it. I threw out some hot fire to the internet. It went viral, and now people see the charm and charisma that is Jack Huvek. That's as simple as it gets.
Nice. Nice. You're owning it. I like that.
You have to.
Yeah.
What I've realized is you have to double down.
You have to be so absurdly confident that it's like hilarious and like it has to be dumb.
I made a terrorist joke on LinkedIn today.
Nice. Nice. You get any calls afterwards?
No, which I feel pretty good about. And it wasn't suppressed. Like it got good reach too.
Dude, I feel like I'm always like every time I post anywhere, I'm always 5 seconds from just making a terrorist threat.
Yeah.
But then I don't. So how are you different here?
I didn't make a terrorist threat. I just compared tech bros to ISIS.
Oh, I thought you were saying that you were like gonna bomb Silicon
No.
Valley or something like that.
No, I don't have to.
Oh,
Silicon Valley is destroying itself. It's a flesh-eating
True.
organism.
True. What was the joke?
The joke was that I was making this joke about how, like the term operator?
I saw that. Yeah.
It was that thing.
So you were making fun of because people would be like, "Oh, I'm an operator," but they're
Yeah.
just like a guy without any skills who just does bitch work,
Yeah, exactly.
or they're just like ground floor, like you were saying, on like a crazy big or they're medium floor,
Yeah.
not ground floor, on a crazy big company.
Or even if they have like a head of marketing title at a tech company, $1 billion company might pay their head of marketing like 250,000. Best case.
Yeah,
Best case. Most of them are making like 100 to like 150. And then the company IPOs and they're like, look what we did. And it's like, what did you do? That's just all the question I have for them. Is like they're claiming, they're like, look at this great, we just IPO'd for $1.8 billion. Like, look at this. And it's like, first of all, bitch, you have 0.1% of this company in stock options. So you may have made $1 million, which you're going to have to pay taxes on. And you probably didn't file your 83B election so that you paid taxes at the lower valuation. So you owe a lot of taxes. Maybe you're walking away with 500 G's. And you didn't do shit. The CEO just like got a bunch of contracts with like Boeing and other mega corporations.
yeah.
Became $1 billion unicorn. And now you're going on Twitter being like, it was a lot of hard work, but like we all work together. And it's like, dude, you didn't make anything off of that. Shut up.
You know what I'm realizing now in like business, in life, in business mostly, but it's like a lot of the biggest a lot of the highest earning people you see are just people that negotiate big contracts at some level, like or are biting off of big contracts at some level. That's mostly like when you see people just walking around, you see people with at some point someone negotiated a big contract with the government or like a crazy big global corporation, and they were just close to that negotiation table. They were N degrees. It's not a lot of hard work. Like it's not like a ton of people just grinding their way to make like $1 million.
It was like one guy.
Yeah, like one guy did it,
and he was getting fucked up with the other guy.
Right.
His job was getting hammered with the other guy at the other company, and then they made a business deal over alcohol.
And then a ton of people like in their circle became millionaires, and then half those people are on LinkedIn being like, I'm a fucking genius.
I'm an operator. And it's like, what does that mean?
How many TED Talks do you think are just downstream from those operators? They're just operators in disguise. Let's see.
Most.
In the chat, Art's like true trailblazer. Matt is like, Jack, do you not have pillowcases? Yeah.
Yo, shut up, Matt. These are plush pillows. They're pillows that go on top of your bed. Because I'm a gentleman. I've got look at these other. I'm going to show you all my pillows. You see this? See this? This is the cover pillow. This is my top pillow, and then I have pillows with actual cases. So I've got 3 layers of pillows. I'm 3 layers away. You just don't understand the big picture. All right, you son of a bitch.
For me, my pillow is just my hair at this point.
How's that going?
Just never gonna cut it. Like a year ago when we did, you can look at the first stream we did. Like I didn't have any hair.
Okay. You look better. I like the hair.
Thanks.
It's nice.
I'm gonna go all the
Having
way.
long hair is a Giga Chad move.
I was like, I'm just gonna do it while I'm young.
You ought to.
And honestly, the pillows, Jack. I wanted to bring it up earlier, but do you need all those fucking pillows?
I do. I sleep with all of them.
You do not sleep with all those pillows.
I do. Do you want to know my pillow configuration, you fucking losers? I'll tell you right now.
You do not sleep. You sleep with one pillow like every
No,
night.
I do not. I sleep with my stomach every night. One pillow, the squishy pillow, goes to my left. Another squishy pillow goes to my, because I want to grab it and just choke hold the pillow on one side. And then I choke hold another pillow that's colder. So when I want to inevitably rotate in the middle of the night, I flip over, choke hold the other squishy pillow. One pillow goes over my head for utter blackness because I want pitch black. And the other pillows, depending on if I'm sleeping in my side, goes in between my legs. So then I have left one extra pillow. Dude, so I'm utilizing on a good night 5 pillows.
After that, you're like Patrick Bateman's like autistic cousin. Like that was fucking psycho. Like what are you talking? There's no okay. So you have like a rotation of wrestle fucking your pillows.
All right. Worst case scenario on a night, at a minimum, when I'm in this room, I'm using 4 pillows.
All right, so let's talk about real bad. Let's just ignore that. How? I mean, I guess okay. So you like have to. All right, let's not.
I have a system, Jared. Do you sleep on your back?
I sleep at random locate. Like it'll be random. It'll be side, back, front.
I'm a full front sleeper. Full frontal.
Full frontal. Nice.
Full frontal.
I don't know how you do it. I feel like every time I sleep on my front,
I have to actually have abs and a strong lower back, and then I still have neck problems.
That's how you do your core. You just sleep on the front.
I used to, when I was like a complete soy boy loser, like I had no abs going for me whatsoever. Didn't work out. My lower back, when I hit my early 20s, because I fully slept on my stomach and it didn't work out, crippled. Like I had literally getting abs was me not having terrible lower back pain via sleeping on my stomach every night.
Dude, it's funny. You used to be a soy boy loser. How is the rise out of the soy boy loser? Like, what is the journey?
Yeah, what's the formula?
Because now you're like approaching Giga Chad.
Yeah, obviously. I've been approaching gig. I mean, apparently Will thinks I'm a chick because I've got 6 pillows on my bed, which, in fairness, it's not his worst point he's ever made. He might actually have some.
Everyone, please accept the fact that Jack just said he said yes. Like he just doubled down. That's what you need to do.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be honest. I'm willing if I have to have an extra Y. What is an extra X chromosome to be no? Yeah, it's extra X. Double X is chick. I might have 2 X's and 1 Y. And the full X, extra X, is going directly to these pillows back here.
You know it just means you're retarded, right?
No, that's 24 chromosomes.
You're like, I got double X and Y.
I'm not, David. I'm not. All right, we can't do that. That's.
I didn't know Jack was a girl. Will, you made it. No, okay. 2024.
What about
2024 is the year of the scheme. I feel like we got to talk. What do you think is going to happen? Well, let's take our projections. What do you think is going to be the 3 biggest events in tech in 2024 that you think projections.
Mark Zuckerberg is coming out as trans.
Okay, let me write that. Zuckerberg is.
I say that as a
coming
joke, but there's a
out
non-zero
as
chance that
trans.
happens.
Okay, that's the first one.
Okay.
Okay, so second one.
All right, Mark Zuckerberg trans. Some gigantic tech company we all respect is going to inevitably be a mega fraud.
Big tech company we all respect is gonna become fraud.
Definitely.
The second one here, yeah, let's get into that. Okay, third one.
Jabroni Capital will be the number one venture capital firm in North America.
Jabroni Capital will become the number one VC fund in NAFTA, under the NAFTA group.
How about this? How about it's going to be the number one meme company if we go and make it more specific or whatever?
I think you should just fucking go all the way.
I think so.
Meme? Why should you put yourself in a box? Meme? No.
I don't want to be a meme forever. I'm a
Eventually, Jabroni Capital can actually be a VC fund. Think about it.
I mean, of course, we have deal flow. We've got the team. I can pull Jared and be like, hey, is this the dumbest fucking idea ever? And you're like, yeah, this guy's literally the biggest idiot on the planet. And I go, let's give him money. And then we invest.
I'll just build whatever, dude. I'll build. Hey, you guys need some stuff built. I'll build it, dude.
It's true.
Okay.
What are your projections for this year? What do you think is happening?
My projections are, well, one, Jabroni Capital will become that was my first. I wrote that down in my little notebook this morning after some lucid dreaming. Jabroni Capital.
Did you set your intentions for 2024?
I set my intentions. I put some smoke in the air, and I cried.
I'm not even gonna lie. The weekend trip that I went on, the group of people that I was with, they all did an intention setting exercise in front of a fireplace at a log cabin.
Really?
I was playing ping pong and video games in the basement like a man.
Wait, so
but they lit sage. There was like a stick of actual sage that someone lit.
Really?
So that exact scenario that you just said, I witnessed that this weekend.
They had incense or whatever.
It was a branch of a sage branch. You know, like
literally just burned sage.
They just burned sage.
Huh. What does that do?
It's just aroma.
It's just vibes.
It's vibes.
Yeah. Did you get vibe check there?
Well, they were like, do you want to intention set? And I looked at them and I went, no. And then I went into the basement. And you know, like the arcade game where you have like the two guns next to each other and you get like to go blast like aliens or something with your friend in an arcade. And you both have guns. They had one of those in the basement.
Oh, yeah.
I looked at the Dutch guy that was with us and I was like, I pointed at the basement. He's like, oh, definitely. Let's go. And then and then I just went down there and he's like, you take left, I take right.
Nice.
And you were just blasting. It was the greatest. And while they're all upstairs being like, what's your mantra for the year? And I'm just like, there's an alien in the left corner. And then they just start screaming, playing like EDM music in the basement. It was the greatest hour of the weekend.
Do you want to intention set? My intention is to game.
Yeah, I literally told him. I was like, I'm doing a lot of intention setting downstairs. So don't interrupt us.
So how do you know people that do that? Because I don't think I know people that do that. Where do you meet those types of people?
Well, it's a lot of girls.
Okay. Well, I don't know any of them. So
yeah. So that's the first thing is a lot of them are, high achieving women.
Okay.
I
only know the low achieving kind. Yeah, I only know F student girls, I think.
These are all clearly A student gals.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they all journal and talk, reflect and see therapists and are really open and meditative, which there are benefits to all that. But in fairness to all of them, it's not like when they asked me like, what are your goals? I was like, I'll just give them to you like straight up. They're like, what are your intentions for the year? Because they're like, oh, you don't have any? I was like, no, of course I do. Like, I want to make money being an idiot online. I want to like, get better at like one or two skills. I forget exactly what I mentioned, but I had actually thought
What
about
skills?
I haven't. I'm blanking.
Must not be that important to you.
Yeah, it's not that important. It's jabroni capital is the only thing that matters to me.
Yeah.
But I was like, and then I have like these like 2 or 3 personal things that I'm working on, like things with family or like interpersonally with myself or relationships with friends or whatever. And I like list them out. I'm like, you could just ask me and I'll tell you. I don't need to like write it on a piece of paper and light it on fire in a fireplace. Like it's.
Oh yeah. Fuck them for trying to bond with you.
They were trying to bond. Well, I bond with them by showing that I was a Giga Chat, Jared. That's my bonding exercise.
The only bonding a man should do with women is to show how Chad he is. That's for the incel community out there. Subscribe.
Yeah, let's get it. We do every once in a while. We do need to appeal the incels with just some like Giga Chad stupid fucking saying or something.
I feel like the Chad vernacular came out of nowhere.
Well, I should say the only downside about this weekend is that there are a couple people. There's 2 people on the trip with dietary restrictions at like 15 or 16.
Yeah,
and they couldn't eat like dairy, gluten, or meat.
Yeah, they can't have fun.
They can't. Right, they can't eat any real food, and so somehow all of the meals are planned around them. Which I was like, just throw them like a ball of lettuce.
You didn't eat meat this weekend.
I obviously went and got meat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. When I got there and there was no meat, I went, this isn't going to work. So I was like, I need meat. I literally told them all of them. I was like, I was going to text into the group chat and say that when everyone was giving their dietary restrictions, I was going to say I'm a carnivore and I only eat meat. Well, they were like all listening. And I was like, I thought that would be fun. I didn't because a bunch of girls and I didn't want to like, I didn't know them. So they thought they'd hate me for the rest of the weekend. So I was like, I'll be nice. I'll say it in person instead, which I did. Then when I got there,
the joke work?
Oh yeah,
nice.
Because then once I got there and everyone had their first meal of like impossible meat, which is basically just sodium poison.
Yeah, impossible meat is really bad for you.
It's terrible. I had it for the first time. It was awful.
Oh no, yeah.
So I tried that, and then I just ate beans and rice, dry beans and rice. I also offered to cook all the meals because I got there and was like, listen, it's nice that you guys are all cooking. I know I didn't read these messages in this group chat, but I'm willing to make all of the meals for all 20 of you people because, I know what I'm doing. It'll be tasty. You want it to be, I just looked at them like, do you want it to be tasty? And then multiple of them came up and they're like, we just want you to cook. And I was like, well, now there's egos. Now there's like this whole ego game where like some of them like don't want,
interesting.
Some of them are like, oh, Jack's going to come help you tomorrow. And they're like, and I was like, just let me do it. It's fine.
Did someone else want to do it?
Yeah. They all like,
okay.
So then my plan was I'm just going to go get 6 pounds of chicken thighs and grill them.
Yeah.
And then I could eat chicken thighs, which I did. But then it was great because I was next to a mountain. So there's like a ski mountain behind me. And there's like it's the middle of the night. There's a sky above me. I see all the constellations. And then there's just one of those vehicles like plowing snow on the side of a mountain. I'm just out there with tongs and my big like sheepskin wool jacket, just out there, just like flipping chicken, watching over for 30, 40.
I like that
and
visual.
And they were like, Jack, you had to be out there the whole time. We're so sorry. You had to be out there for 40, 45 minutes. And I was like, are you kidding me? It's the best part of the night. I'm just sitting there staring at the stars by a fire.
Check out Matt. Matt's like, Jack's the type of guy to go to Epstein Island and offer to cook all the meals.
Oh,
that's funny.
That's right. I was planning out a Jabroni Capital post about Epstein's Island. One idea that my friend gave me was to be like, I'm not in the black book. I'm under the section of refuse to take his money.
Yeah.
But then be like, I just want you to know that because I support prison reform, I've decided to change my policy. And I'm actually looking for convicted felons to raise money for.
That's funny. Dude, I feel like Chad. You know what's, dude, I have such ADD. What the fuck were we talking about before? Does it matter? feel like I keep forgetting the line here. Learn to code plus Chad equals productive incels. True. Yeah, honestly,
If we had more productive incels, the world would be a better place.
autism. Right, that's what I would talk about. Okay, so I feel like
one of our most discussed topics so far, autism.
I don't know why that's such a big part of this episode.
I think it's because both of us are autistic.
So that's what I want to talk about. That's why I brought you here today, Jack. It's a tough one. I think we all know where this is going. I know.
So here's the thing about eugenics.
You know what's funny though about autism? People always say autistic as if it's a bad term, and yet they'll call you an imbecile or a moron. Those are literal IQ designations from when in America we did eugenics on people.
Yeah.
And like said, you can't breed. If you have an IQ from like someone like look it up, but it's like 50 to like 70 or whatever, you're an imbecile and you can't breed. But it's like if you call someone autistic, they're like, oh, you're like a terrible person. But like, it's not like you could be autistic and be like pretty high IQ and functioning. You just can't like you'll just like burp in people's mouths or whatever. Or you'll just like stare at people too long.
Ew.
Oh yeah, right. Projection. Sorry.
No, but I'm with you on this point really quickly. Is like we have such silly, or like a lot of the woke culture has such silly, like, well, this is bad, but this isn't. It's like there's really no difference between retarded and imbecile, but one is totally fine to say.
Yeah.
You could say imbecile all day and no one's going to even bat an eye. But you say retarded, a lot of people are going to get offended. It's like they were used interchangeably for decades.
Well, because, and this is like the cheat code. This is another, okay, we're going to talk about 2024 cheat codes. Here's a 2024 cheat code. I'm branding it. So like in 2024, understand that the woke people, I'll be very nice. There's other terms you can call them. But the woke people, they assume intention. So the word retard, it's not about its definition. It's about the assumed intention.
Right.
And as soon as you understand that, you know, none of it matters. Yeah. So never give them any inch because they are assuming that you have bad intentions because the word you're using to them holds intention, not its definition. So they're based off emotion.
Yeah. Well, so it's the whole, we know we never even talked about. Did you see all of the hearings with the like Harvard and Stanford?
Oh, someone told me that some gay lady got fired.
Yeah. It's like Claudette, something gay.
Claude is gay.
Claude is gay.
Yeah.
Anyway, she was the CEO.
Cloudy with a chance of gay.
Claudia Gay.
Yeah.
She was the CEO, or no, president of Harvard. And she went in front of Congress and said that, saying that the death to Jews, she was like, the actual, they're like, is that hate speech? And she's like, no, only if it's actionable, was like the whole thing.
Wait, but if you said like
death to blacks, yeah,
she would have said, wait. I saw a picture of her. She's black.
Oh, she's black.
Should we go and spam death to blacks on her? Should I not rile people up to do things?
I'm not involved in any of this.
Okay.
I'm stating the news, but if you know,
I feel like the streaming internet world, and I know you know what I'm talking about here, where it's like you gotta recognize when you can't just start riling people up to do things. Have you guys?
You got to be careful.
Have you guys been watching the Stanford robotics videos where they cooking shrimp, putting dishes away, etc.? Nitro, are you trying to make us talk about other stuff? Let's see.
Yeah, but basically, when asked if a hypothetical call for the genocide of Jewish people would qualify as a violation of Harvard's code of conduct, Gay responded, "It can be, depending on the context." Which, by the way, all I found amazing about this was like a liberal person being like, for the first time, acknowledging context. But the first time they acknowledge context is
so
in the
funny.
frame "death to Jews." And she's like, whoa, 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 whoa. Death to Jews saying death to Jews is totally contextual. Where nothing anyone has ever said for the last 10 years has been any joke.
See, they're assuming intention, though. That's it. Because it's not about the context or anything like that. When someone says death to Israel, they're assuming like some intention. I mean, that's a pretty fucking insane thing to say. Obviously, your intention's probably pretty clear, but it's like,
but it wasn't even the death to Israel. It was if calling for the genocide of Jewish people would genocide of Jewish people, meaning all the Jews in the world.
Yeah.
If calling for that would be hate speech, she was like, depending on the context, which that is maybe the funniest thing it's dark, but very funny. It's very funny.
I wonder if Mr. Funny Mustache, I wonder if someone like confronted him about, like, if he had like lived and everything, if someone was like, hey, like, did you like intend, like, you know, did you want to kill all of them? And then like what, like, because like what would happen if Hitler was in the Nuremberg trials? I sometimes think about that. Like, what would he say? Because he never actually called for it.
Legally.
What if he's like, I didn't mean to?
What if he was like Alex Jones?
Yeah.
What if he was just like, oh, dude, I was just high on meth, saying some shit. I was trying to fuck this girl. Like, I was out of my mind. Like,
yeah. I don't know.
Dude, he's like, have any of you guys like ended up in charge of a country of 20 million people? Like, there's a lot of things go on there. It's like a crazy thing.
Like, I get it.
I feel like he wanted to kill. I'm going to be honest. I think he wanted to kill the Jews. I think that's pretty
I mean, do we know? He never called for it.
But what is that? That's like mainstream. What does calling for that mean? Because he was certainly pro concentration camps across the board.
Was he? I feel like
he knew about them.
He had people that were, you know, and also, but that's the thing. It's a lot. I'm talking about liability. So it's like he had people under him that had liability.
Yeah, but if you're the CEO of the company, and you know 8 of your employees are like raping people in the conference room, you could still be super liable because it's your company. You own the conference room. Can you go to jail
for rape?
I think if the crime is bad enough, you're going to go away for a long time. Yeah,
but
for sure.
For something, but it wouldn't be for rape in that instance.
Assisting.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. Did Hitler assist?
I don't know. Listen, I don't know enough about the history. Like if you told me he went out and shot a bunch of people in his spare time just for fun, like shooting practice, that would be totally unsurprising.
See, all I'm trying to say is everyone's talking about all this stuff, right? They're talking about they're talking no. They're talking about Jews and Christians and abortion and Holocaust and all the funny topics, right? I'm just like, did Hitler do it or did he lay up? Did he do a layup? You know, is an assist? That's all I'm wondering.
That's what you're wondering.
Everyone's worried about
out of all the things you could be wondering right now. That's the thing that you're wondering.
I don't know, because like if you like. Yeah, I honestly don't think he did it. I think it was someone else. I think it was Himmler.
But I think he probably wouldn't have killed himself if he thought he was innocent.
Well, because you know why I think he killed himself? I think it's because I'm not going to say that.
Dude, you're fucking around hard.
By the way,
what if we just go move on and defend Stalin now?
I could. You know I could. I mean, okay, Stalin was really short. And he was 5'3".
How tall was Stalin?
And I think he had a complex. And I think that he needed to, because so Stalin acted as the bruiser. By the way, this is how you get smart. You have to. It's like you have to think through
Dude, he was
absurdities.
5'5".
He's 5'3".
No,
Yeah. So I think
that makes perfect sense.
okay. So we're starting to build up a case. We're starting to build up a narrative about it. So because it's all about looking at people as humans. Because if here's the thing about the big funny mustache guys, they both were big funny mustache guys, Stalin and Hitler. Okay. So here's the thing about this: we like to look at them as as heinous evil, blah blah blah. But as Goku said, does that make us better than them? That's all I'm saying.
Dude, why are all these guys so short?
Because that's why they kill people.
That is exactly.
I don't know. What do you want me to say? Posted a Twitter
Benito
link.
Juarez was 4'6".
It wasn't 4'6".
No, this is a Mexican president.
There's no.
Dude,
4'6".
Lenin was only 5'5". Dude, all these guys were tiny.
Yeah, and then they killed a ton of people.
What the fuck? This all makes perfect sense now.
No, but what I'm saying is like he used that. So like, listen, if you're 5'3" and you don't have game, okay, I don't think Stalin had game, right? You're probably gonna kill like a few billion people.
Fidel Castro is tall.
Yeah, but he was like he was cool, kind of.
Dude,
I mean,
I gotta be honest, Fidel Castro is pretty fucking cool. He did a lot of bad things, but just like having been to Cuba and like read the history about it, he like boated over to Cuba with a boat of like 60 of his boys and took over the country. That's a Chad move.
He did it.
Like that's such a Chad, and then he ruled it for like 60 years.
By the way, I don't like communism. I don't like what happened to Cuba at all. But you have to admit that Castro did it. Castro did what every guy fucking wants to do.
He's so cool.
He by the way, he was like a lawyer who liked baseball. He was just a lawyer that played baseball and then eventually just took over a country
with smoked cigars. Yeah.
And then they, kind of fucked it up for like 60 years. But hey,
I'm gonna be honest, it was not great for the people. He had a great life though.
He crushed, yeah.
He had a great life.
His son's like the head of Canada now. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, he looks so much like him. It's crazy.
Is he tall?
Yeah.
What's the height of? What's his name?
No, but his dad wasn't. His official dad. It's dude.
Yeah, well, what's his name? What's the guy's name?
What's his name? The Canadian leader.
Who's the fucking Canada guy?
Prime Minister of Canada.
Justin Trudeau.
He is tall.
Yeah, he's 6'2". That's interesting.
Fidel Castro was 6'4".
Okay, so Donald Trump is lying about his height. He claims to be 6'3". Justin Trudeau's taller than him.
Dude, he's like 70. He probably lost like height.
Well, that does happen. But I don't think he would lose that much height.
Wait. What picture are you looking at?
Multiple?
Hold on a second. By the way, this matters. Because we need
Should I share my screen?
Well, humanizing these leaders matters, in my opinion.
All right.
We can't be afraid to talk about Hitler. Okay.
We have to look up the height of Hitler.
We can't be afraid to talk about Stalin and talk about. Listen, it's because. Oh yeah, he's like significant. He's probably like 2 inches taller than me.
That's what I'm saying. It's like a lot. It's not just like he shrunk.
He's like an inch taller than him here, maybe.
Well,
Okay, yeah, I don't think Trump's 6'3".
he's definitely not 6'3".
Wait, no, but look up his dad, Pierre, whatever his name is, Pierre Trudeau. That's not his dad, dude. Look up Castro. Look at that. Look at that. Look at you think that's like, come on, that's his dad. That's his dad.
I mean,
the other guy's not. Look at that guy. He's like a different lineage. Why is he like kind of dark like Justin Trudeau? Right?
yeah, but I also don't think Fidel and him look that similar.
There's a pic. Do Fidel and him.
All right, let's go look at it. This is the thing we need to figure out.
This matters.
It matters to me.
They have the same nose.
I mean,
they like do a non-beard one, dude. They got rid of all the pictures.
They gotta. Let me go. Do I have DuckDuckGo somewhere? Gosh. What about this? All right. What about this?
Yeah, I mean, it's a little hard.
Fidel was a man. I wish I could have met Fidel. Oh, what about this?
Yeah, look at that. He looks like him. The chin, the nose.
Yeah, kind of.
Look at that. Look at the one on the right there, where he's like smiling.
This one?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think they look that alike.
Stop! Come on, they look.
No, they don't. Don't even try to tell me they look identical.
They don't look identical. It looks like a dad. It looks like his dad.
Yeah, but like a lot of people could look like my dad.
Your dad looks like you. There's one guy that looks like, and that's your dad. There's no okay. Pierre. Okay, let's go back to Pierre. Because I don't think.
All right, it's starting to look more similar there.
Also, the heights too.
Yeah.
How would he become 6'2" if his dad's like 5'10" and his?
All right, Pierre. Is it Pierre Trudeau?
Yeah.
$5'10".
Yeah, but he's a leader. That's internet 5'10".
So he could be 5'9".
Yeah.
Yeah, but my buddy Tristan, his dad's 5'8". He's 6'3".
All right. What are you coming here with your fucking evidence?
I'm just trying. Listen, listen. Do you know how bad I want Justin Trudeau's dad to be Fidel Castro? That plot twist is exactly what I need to spruce up my 2024 grand vision and for me to really do better intention setting. But I reserve judgment, and I just want to say that you haven't convinced me yet. But I would love to be. I'm dying to be convinced.
All I'm saying is Hitler. If there's a possibility Hitler wasn't liable for the Holocaust, and that every world leader that has committed atrocities is short. Did I alienate?
That's everyone? All I'm saying. It's not a crazy claim. I'm just saying honest facts.
I want to do be in a legal courtroom where I'm like making that argument. People are like, "Why do you care so much?"
Like, sir, this is a parking ticket. And you're like, I want to Your Honor, put it on the record. He's like, "Sir, you have a speeding ticket. What are you doing?"
And they're like, "Sir, do you hate like Jews? Like, why do you listen?" I'm like, "Listen, I care about the truth." Okay. They're like, "Why are you defending?" It's like, I care about liability and intention.
Your Honor, let the record show that I care about the truth.
Let the record show. Okay, what's this? Okay, cool. Now, let's talk more about projections. So your first projection for 2024 was that Mark Zuckerberg would come out as trans. Yeah. Let's dive deeper into that. Because I've had a similar projection.
You want me to build my case?
Let's build the case.
All right. So we all know that Facebook/Meta is not doing nearly as good as they once were.
Mm-hmm.
Their market share is falling to TikTok, formerly Instagram, Twitter, X, everything. They're being decimated. Their ad revenue is down tremendously.
Yeah.
Now, what Mark Zuckerberg has going against him right now is a couple things. One, he's white. Two,
terrible.
He's not exactly that cool or charming. Definitely not hot.
Even worse.
Three, in the current climate, let's just go out and say it. Zuckerberg, last name. It's not exactly, people are not super hot on the J's, as you would say. Which I'm personally, I'm equally hot on everyone. I'm as hot on all the peoples that I've ever been. But if we're going off Twitter, all the different social media out there, people.
2024 is probably not going to be great for the Jays. By the way, after all the Taylor stuff, that's not any political statement there.
Yes, it's important for us to make that clear.
I'm just making an observation about.
We are in support of everyone equally.
Well, not like pedos. Like I'm not like an equal. Not every category.
Rapists and murderers and pedophiles.
Yeah. Every like weirdos person.
They can go. Anyway, my point being,
yes,
Zuckerberg has all of that working against him.
Okay.
Not hot, not cool.
Jewish.
And he's Jay.
Yeah.
So what does he do? What is the coolest, hottest thing you could be right now? Where you get an immediate pass. Look, say what you will about Caitlyn Jenner. She killed someone. She ran.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
She ran someone over with her car, and she got away with that. So if you don't think you can't get away with being a J, if you're the CEO of Facebook, you've got everything not figured out in life. If Mark Zuckerberg comes out as trans, not only will people start to all of a sudden love Instagram and Facebook again, they're going to think she is the single greatest entrepreneur ever.
Because
and then people are going to say for years now, they're going to go, I just want you to know that like the richest person in the world is a woman. Did you not know that?
Oh,
and I'm just saying, how good of a transition would that be?
And then he can position himself away from Elon because Elon's more on like the kind of like right type side. And then now he's going to go all in on the left.
Yeah. Dude, Elon's white, kind of pro, like neutral, politically neutral, and kind of right leaning sometimes. And Zuck's but Zuck has a disadvantage. He's like short, dorky, uncool, and unhot, and a J. So what does he do? He swoops in, and all of a sudden comes out and says, "I'm a woman," and everyone goes.
I have something to add to this.
Okay.
And I think I have some science.
It's not my worst idea. I'm just going to put it out there.
It's not your worst idea. So, you know how people that know like special forces, especially like people in high level of athletes and things like that, a lot of these guys, after they retire, a lot of them have incredibly terrible, crazy testosterone issues. And a lot of that's because they took a lot of things in their time. And this happens with a lot of Olympians and things like that, which is, okay, so this is a conspiracy theory. Okay. So I think a lot, because you'll see like these Navy SEALs and like Olympians and like random people just like become trans after they do all that.
Of course.
Like Caitlyn Jenner. And I think a lot of it's because they literally feel like they're a woman.
Oh.
Do you know any startup or tech founder big business guy who's been pretty public about his athletic exploits recently?
No, they don't have the luxury of being cool sports guys.
Mark Zuckerberg.
Oh my god.
He's showing himself he's all jacked randomly. He's all like he's winning like jiu-jitsu tournaments. Maybe he took some HGH to get a little boost. And then now he's going to start to see the side effects, and he's going to literally become like, what's it called? He's going to get feminized.
Oh no.
Hey.
I'm sorry, I'm looking at pictures of Mark Zuckerberg shirtless, and I think you might be right.
Dude, he's jacked. Hey, if that's artificial, so we need to get Natty or not on this. We need to get more plates, more dates. Because if he's the consequences, if he isn't Natty, then there's a good chance he's going to become trans. You can quote me on that.
I think he might be trans. He might already be trans.
I think he's already trans. Let's be honest. He's already trans. Let's look at recent pictures.
If we hear that he's trans, how unsurprised are you going to be?
I won't be surprised at all. I won't be surprised at all.
I mean, and now all I'm seeing are just photos of Elon Musk shirtless. That's all this Google has done for me.
Okay, well, that's traumatizing.
It is traumatizing.
It's so funny. It's like you look at recent pictures of him. He looks so fucking normal.
Who? Zuckerberg?
Mark Zuckerberg. It's so hard to get stuff on Mark Zuckerberg.
He just looks like a normal guy.
He just looks just fucking normal as shit.
Oh,
and then you see him gaming on his VR. Okay, I like that projection.
Anyway, I got to get off this. This is distracting. I'm just looking at billionaires shirtless, and it's not really doing anything for me.
You'd think every billionaire would be jacked, right?
Say that again.
Oh, you'd think every billionaire would be jacked.
If you're not jacked as a billionaire, I don't know what the fuck you're doing. Because I'm on my way to being jacked, and I don't have nearly $1 billion.
Yeah, but because you want it, you got the hunger.
It's not that hard though.
Yeah, but what if you're a billionaire? You're like, I don't care.
Yeah, but if you're a billionaire, you must have been kind of hungry to get $1 billion.
Yeah, but then once you got it, you're just like, yeah.
Yeah, but then what's the next thing?
Just
if you had the hunger to get $1 billion, you gotta have the hunger for something else.
Yeah. That's why I don't chase money, dude. It's like once you get it, it's like, what? Who cares, dude?
It's got to be something you get continuously. You keep leveling up the older you get. That way you have bigger and bigger things you can do, cooler things you can offer to your friends and family.
Yeah, dude. Let's talk a little bit about the topic of today. Let's talk a little. You have to work, bitch. There's a reason why I made that the title today. I think a lot of people just don't work hard enough. Because I feel like most people because I often do coaching and I do mentoring and things like that. And I feel like most of the questions that I get are just related to them not putting in any effort. Do you find that when you do your fundraising and things like that?
Yeah, I mean, I find it with myself.
Yeah, true.
My performance is entirely linked to how hard I try. Yeah. And when I put in even just baseline effort, shit goes somewhere. But when I dick around and don't focus, I don't go anywhere. Yeah. And it's not rocket science. It's just I'm not trying that hard.
But
why not?
No. I mean, well, I was just gonna say why. I feel like in our generation, there's so much of a problem with that.
Yeah, nihilism.
Yeah. What is that? Let's unpack that. Where did that come from? Generationally, not
I think it's a couple things. I think for one, we kind of like imprinted on a generation that they're fucked and hopeless. And when you do that, you kind of condition people to be nihilistic.
Yeah.
So everyone's like so consumed with just hedonistic, and everyone in this generation has been like caught up in the hedonistic treadmill, where, it's go get gratification from social media, get gratification from fucking people, get gratification from like spending money on shit you can't afford. It's a constant wheel of gratification. And that is not conducive for people working to attain things. Yeah. You can attain almost anything that you want. Things that billionaires couldn't attain 100 years ago, you with 25 G's can attain right now. You can have a burrito delivered to your apartment from a $1,000 magical device you can watch anyone fuck on, and you could be poor as shit, and you can do that right now. And everyone in the country can. And that, I think, is really fucking with people's heads, because we need incentives. And if you can just get whatever you want, anytime you want, and life is that easy, it's not good for your brain. It does not do well for most people's motivation, because, like, what more? Everyone that I know, even the poor ones, are traveling. They're spending money on booze, spending money on debt. They have everything. They have debt. Debt set them free. Why would they work, Jared? Why would they work when they can just go throw a fucking car lease and dinner and Gucci shoes and a ring for their wife on a credit card? Why would they try?
And it's interesting. It's like, if you don't feel like you have a future, then there's an exponential decrease in your ability over time. And there's a decrease in your dreams and your ability to have hope. And because a lot of like people that work the hardest are people that just have better dreams that are just they shine more light in their lives. And it's like, yeah, you can get out of bed every day if you dream of something fucking awesome every morning, if you can visualize it. But it's like, if you don't have that future, it's just not the dreams are gonna become gray and dull.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's hard for most people to come up with like an idea of where they're gonna go. Like, who are their role models?
Yeah.
No one in our generation, like, I think a big issue is if you look at like most people's parents, they're not realistic role models for any people, even the successful parents of our generation. They're not realistic role models. Like, don't be like, you could be like your father. He was a doctor. Okay, so I'll study for 12 years and leave school with $780,000 in debt. Is that good, Mom?
Well, and then get an alcohol addiction and
right
into porn.
Yeah. So it's like, not exactly a great dream anymore. That was the dream. What's the dream now? And it's like, well, who's all the people that you know getting rich online? OnlyFans stars and TikTok morons. Those are the two people. People with like the curly, they're 5'8" white guys with like curly hair that like kind of have like a good chin line. Apparently, them and then OnlyFans stars. Those are who get rich. Apparently, like that's all I see.
Yeah. And it's interesting because it's like there's a generation of like people just like stuck inside. And it's interesting, but it's like sad to see. Well, it's like a lot of young, like, because there's teenagers right now that genuinely haven't really been like outside. Like, and I mean like kind of literally, like, I mean, they've been outside their homes, but it's like, if you think about like the cycle of like waking up, going to school, being inside school, going home, and then you're on games or the computer all day, and you do that for 10 years straight or like 12 years straight or whatever. So you haven't really been outside. So then it's like, oh, you get all this like terminology like Chad, and you get all like the math, because the male brain has to be super logical. So you start to when the world becomes gray and dull, everything becomes a math problem for you to solve because there's no life in it. You didn't go outside and experience anything. So it's like I see a lot of people like statistically determining their future and just statistically determining their value and all this stuff. And it's like, man, a lot of life is just having balls and just doing something and accepting the consequences. And it's like that
Hard
just
to have
doesn't.
vision, man.
Yeah.
When there's and especially when there's so many distractions these days. And part of what I say is not only just distractions, but I mean distractions from what you think are actually good things that you can attain. Like, it used to be like, you decide to mow lawns and you're like, you know what? I can like have like a landscaping business that, like, I don't know, I employ 25 people. We make $2 million a year.
Yeah.
That's not like a vision people have anymore.
By the way, Will's roasting us. You guys couldn't even start the stream on time. Don't talk about effort.
Listen, Will, you're going to get the stream when we say you get the stream, and that's final.
Will, the effort is coming here just to fucking talk to you, Will.
Yeah. You think I want to be here talking about schemes?
Ugh.
These fucking halftime schemers? Come on.
Quarter time schemers.
God, what are you working on, Will? What's your scheme? God. I've got Pepe on my wall. Do you have Pepe on your wall?
That's effort.
Yeah, I have to print that out. I got a frame.
Yeah, he printed it out.
What did you do?
I think I work hard, but sometimes it's hard to distinguish what is worth grinding hard on. The work itself is worth it. That's another thing I think is a problem, is that like people will like have this analysis paralysis. Not saying you're doing it, Nitro, but I see it a lot where it's like, oh, I don't know what I gotta. It's like there's so many things to do, and I just have to do one. It's like you trying hard itself is worth it. It's like because you're gonna get good at something, and something's gonna happen. Because it turns out like whoever's working the hardest, something happens, and it may not be what you think. So it's like you just gotta do something, and just like even if it isn't, and like detach yourself from the end of the thing and care more about the journey. Because it's not about like it's not always about like what you get in the end. A lot of it's just worth the grind.
Yeah, it's when you are doing things you like. I like to think about that with cooking. I just like cooking because I'm doing it.
Yeah.
I like chopping the onions. I like sauteing stuff down. I like adding spices and the whole formula. And the end result sometimes sucks, but I get better at cooking every time I cook. So I just cook a lot.
Yeah.
That's all I'm doing. I got to eat. I got to cook.
That's every skill, man.
Yeah, dude. You just like it. I don't like everything, though. I fucking hate a lot of things, so I don't do it. That's the problem with things. You can do a lot of stuff that you hate, and then you won't do it for very long because you don't like it.
Yeah. 2024 is the year to work. That's it. Just fucking work. Put in the work.
Find something you like and just do it a lot.
What's the you're gonna talk about some skill building in 2024? What are you thinking?
I am figuring out hooks. That's what I'm really focused on this year. The year of the hook.
Oh, for content.
Yeah, that is, I've realized, is across the board. He's like, a lot of people are hitting me up now to be like, hey, check out my content or whatever. And I'm like, dude, the middle of your content's whatever. I don't even care about it. Your first sentence sucks balls. Have a good first sentence. Like, what's going to get people to be like, or like click and be like, yeah, tell me more. What happened?
Have you tried like death to all Jews?
That works. You know what? I've seen it from a couple different platforms, from Harvard, from Germany.
I've seen a few people do that.
Yeah, there's been some track record of that working.
It was like the Harvard, Yale. It was like one of their like LinkedIn's or something. Yeah, no, like that's interesting. So that's like Dude, you gotta research BuzzFeed. You gotta research their methodologies. They invented that shit. The online content bleeding. That's how they became a company. BuzzFeed Labs and Huffington Post. The guy, Jonah Peretti, was in charge of this lab, and he was trying to optimize why people fucking click on things, and he figured it out and started a fucking $1 billion company, or however much BuzzFeed is.
So what's the takeaway?
Research BuzzFeed.
Research BuzzFeed?
Yeah.
How did they start?
Dude, are you high?
Well, distracted.
Dude, are you
Someone
getting...
someone just sent me an Epstein article, and I clicked on it, and then that immediately scoped my attention away.
Dude, are you watching...
I'm watching porn. Yeah, I'm
You're
sorry.
watching porn right
I was
now?
jerking off.
Dude. Let's see.
We didn't even talk about Epstein. We have to. Apparently, we got to do a big Epstein scheme breakdown at some point.
Yeah, that White Claw hit Jack hard. Let's see.
Yeah, that one claw.
But all right. Wait.
Wait a second before we go.
Okay.
BuzzFeed's public stock price is 26 cents.
Are you serious? Wait, so they're gonna be like off soon?
No way.
Is it the NYSE?
Their market cap is $37 million.
You're kidding.
And their
right?
2022 revenue is $437 million.
Wait, whoa.
What the fuck? How is that even possible?
What happened?
They were in 2021 trading at $9, 9 to 10.
What the fuck? Whoa.
Oh, did they IPO then?
That's crazy.
Holy shit. Dude, that's bad.
They had this like rise to $4.
Yeah, what happened then? How are they making 427 million?
I don't understand.
1,400 employees? First mistake. Fire literally half of them. Maybe 3/4.
Huh. Let's see. Why? Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, this is maybe too much to get into right now, but I don't even know how this is possible.
Oh, hold on a sec. They just had a I think they're gonna get swallowed. They
SPAC'd? Oh, amazing.
What happened?
They SPAC'd and listed at $10 a share.
Oh, Comcast cashed in last year. Okay, so Meta, they have a partnership with Meta.
Oh, they're being removed by 2024 of May.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because they couldn't maintain a $1 stock price or more.
That happened at a company I worked at. And their stock became, I sold it. Interesting. Yeah, BuzzFeed's fucked. I mean, that's good.
You know,
it's a good thing.
It's not exactly. Not exactly. Not exactly surprising.
No. No, it's not. Oh, so
Sorry, this is what happens. You get me down a rabbit hole reading about BuzzFeed, and I'm absorbed.
We'll do our BuzzFeed research. We'll do our BuzzFeed.
We're gonna have to. We're gonna have to come prepared.
They did a deal with Meta. Something's happening. I think they're probably getting swallowed by some bigger tech company, and they're probably going to cut off. If you work at BuzzFeed, hey, maybe start looking for other. Yeah, maybe look for something in a profitable industry.
Yeah, go look at maybe Anduril. Oh, my last scheme that I should tell you.
Yeah,
we can follow up on this next week. I'm in the process of launching a limited supply whiskey brand.
Really?
Yeah.
You like whiskey?
I do like whiskey.
Nice.
It's going to be.
The brand?
It's called American Dynamism. Do you know A16Z's quote? A16Z's like thesis is American Dynamism, which is like America makes all the best companies, whatever.
Yeah.
So I'm making a whiskey that's just making fun of A16Z and tech companies and VCs.
That's awesome.
And then I want to launch a couple more whiskeys called like Founder Tiers or Liquidation Preference.
I like
and then just do like a series of like limited drop releases. And I wrote a bunch of shit for the website. I could even read it to you today about how, here it is. According to A16Z, American Dynamism embodies the spirit of innovation, progress, and resilience that drives the United States forward. That's why with every sip of our bourbon, you can taste those sweet, sweet venture capital dreams driven by American excellence. The key to the delicate flavor of American Dynamism is hiring gentle hands to produce our whiskey. That's why we employ children under the age of 12. This ensures qualities and it embodies the spirit of American venture capitalists. Our distillery is funded by the greatest investors in Silicon Valley, including SoftBank, OpenView, FTX Ventures, and many others.
That's awesome. That's a really good brand. I could see a lot of people doing that to fight the man.
That's the idea.
I like that.
Fun.
That's awesome. All right, guys. That's schemology. Go work. You got to work.
Get a job.
Just get a fucking job. All right.
Fucking dorks.
See ya.